So welcome back to MidPoint. Former Navy SEAL, author of the book Battle on the Home Front, a Navy SEAL's mission to save the American dream, Carl Higbie. Carl, when we talk about the fact that morale is low in the military right now, the president has sent more boots on the ground. Let's put it exactly what it is. He has put more American troops / advisors into the Middle Eastern theater right now. Is it fair to say then that from your experience, talking to a number of the people that you know, that members of the military, when the President of the United States sends them on a mission, they're not confident in their president, they fear for their lives, and that they really don't believe fully that the American government and the American military machine is behind them because of what the president has done?
Well, let's break that down into a couple questions here. First, there is no faith in the president and the majority of the military. Second, he promised that there would be no boots on the ground, and yet here we are, months after he said that, sending 1,500 more troops in. And this is subsequent to sending 3,000 troops to combat Ebola. So where is does he care about the safety of the military? I don't think so. The big issue here is the infrastructure. You can't effectively support and defend yourself as a U.S. military official overseas with just 1,800 people as a support element. That's very hard to do. And also, we need to consider what happens during the first casualty. These people are not in a combat role. Are they going to be treated as combat vets? Are they going to be given the benefits, the death benefits? Their families going to be given the death benefits. We need to consider this because it's only a matter of time before there actually is a death, and there is one of these Iraqi soldiers that we're training is going to turn on us. He's going to shoot somebody. It's happened tons of times before, well over 100 times in the history of this war in Iraq and Afghanistan. How do we deal with that? And the fact is, we don't even have a plan going forward on what the desired end result is here. And until we have that, we shouldn't be sending anyone over there.
Carl, strictly from members of the military, and again, this is going to be something that is said, it's slang in many ways. You see it on T-shirts, but I've actually had a number of people who have served in the military, people who follow the military, people who are backers of the military, say when it comes down to the war in Iraq, Syria, whatever it is, kill them all, let God sort them out. Is that how the general foot soldier feels these days?
I don't want to speak as a whole, but in a large majority, yes. And I've discussed this on other programs as well. I believe, you can't say the word nuclear on TV at all. But the fact of the matter is, we need to have those talks now. At what point does that become a relevant topic? Because I think we need to understand that these people are sworn to kill us. There is no sort of reasoning with them. Their ideology is to convert or eliminate us, and we need to be willing to be as ruthless as our enemy. If we're not, we've already lost the war before it's began again.
Why can we not be ruthless then against enemies that are ruthless against us?
Because, like you said, the commander-in-chief now cares more about how he looks on the front of a magazine and how his legacy is going to be remembered as the liberal president who was anti-war. I think I was the member of a court-martial after capturing the butcher of Fallujah, the guy who hung the troops from the Blackwater contractors from the Fallujah bridge. And the problem is here, we are unwilling to do what's necessary. We are so worried about what the American public has to say that aren't there fighting this war. We need to go in there. We need to put boots on the ground. We need to clean house. We neutralized the entire city of Fallujah in 3 days with the Marines. We can do it again. But airstrikes alone are not going to be effective enough to win this war.
There are people, though, who would say, a lot of the American public, wait just a minute here. We're supposed to be better than everybody else. We just don't go in and kill people like them. We're supposed to show that we are more civilized than they are. And that's the reason why they say we should not go in and take this sort of action.
I would say, have they been to war? No, because war is hell. In war, you do things that you're not always happy about. I've killed people. I've had many of my friends kill people. And the fact is, it's not who we are, but it's what we do. And it's when you're over there fighting, it doesn't matter. You're not concerned about policy. What you're concerned about is coming home. I have a daughter. I have a wife. Other people have families as well. We want to come home, and we have to fight sometimes very ruthlessly to ensure that.
With regard to killing, there's been a lot of discussion about the killing of Osama bin Laden. Robert O'Neill says he's the guy that pulled the trigger. Should he have gone public?
That is entirely up to him.
Would you have gone public with something like that?
I may not have, and simply for the safety of my family. I'm not criticizing him for doing it. I think he has every right to do it, especially after the military released Zero Dark 30. They exposed a lot of secrets and a lot of TTPs that should not have made it to the big screen. So I think he has every right to clear the air and tell his side of the story.
Do you think then, because you also wrote a book, and of course Robert O'Neill is very likely going to come out there as well, and he's going to talk about it, he talks about it in the book, are we going to see more of this? More SEALs breaking the code?
I don't know where this code came from. Now, my book's not about being a SEAL. It's about politics and how it's
Right.
affecting people and also getting people killed. Whereas his is a lot more operational. But the fact of the matter is, I think guys are fed up. Guys are sick and tired of it. And I can tell you what he's in for. He's in for a long legal battle. They tried to downgrade my discharge when I got out. We had to go fight
Yes.
for 2 years in court, and we ended up winning. But he's in for a real fight ahead of him, and I'd love to help him out if he can, if he ever needs the help. But the fact of the matter is, I think guys are just tired of the mindless bureaucratic nonsense that entices people in the beginning to join the military, and then people get sick and tired of it, and it's getting guys killed. So guys are going to speak out, and I think SEALs, like you say, we lead from the front. We're the tip of the spear. We're just the beginning of it.
And that says it all right there. Carl Higbie, thank you so much again. Thank you so much for your service.
Thank you, sir, very much.
And MidPoint will continue.